right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Dangers in My Heart, Season 1, Episode 6. The two of them, alone.
Oh no.
What will they do? It's almost like this is no, we can't say it.
No.
Day in the city.
Yeah. A deliberate accident.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
I am very excited for these two to wait in the train station for probably another 7 minutes before they end up finding everybody.
But then that means that they get to take a train together by themselves, probably for the whole rest of the trip back, home or to the school or whatever.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Or maybe adventure takes them and they go and have some fun. Who knows? Now they are young, so they do need to, stick along with their group.
Yeah, they do need to actually get home and all that stuff. But if they do end up on a train by themselves and all that stuff, are we going to get all right, and now they stand in awkward silence?
Holding the little rings right next to each other,
Yeah, or do we actually Yeah.
Bro, we're still in that early infancy stages of things.
I know. But we just had
acknowledgement has been made.
We had a Kabe Dawn last episode.
And I got to tease a lot.
Yeah,
I know. A lot.
I know.
But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Well, that's gonna be fun.
Oh, darn.
Oh.
But she feels really bad, yeah.
Oh, no, this is her thing. Yeah, call it 7 minutes, yeah. No, it's because she genuinely messed up here. And I'm guessing she's used to getting, maybe in trouble or something when she messes up.
Hey, there you go. One of the few times you'll ever be taller than her.
The intentional, thumb touch there. Is this a first? Was that her first time hearing her or seeing her perspective?
Maybe. He's way over there.
This is her perspective. She then had that too far. That was in her head.
Yes.
That was in her head.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wait. What if we just have an episode with her perspective?
Maybe? Is he at the complete opposite end of the train?
Yeah, they're on opposite sides.
Yeah. All right, opposite sides.
Oh, no, they are just right near the door.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, don't disappear.
Oh my god.
Right?
What if he's not quite tall enough to be able to comfortably hold on to the strap, and so then he has to hold on to her?
Right? Oh my gosh.
What exactly are we talking about here?
Right. The backpack hug.
Yeah.
Bro is on fire. Just freaking out. Oh! I was the group leader! Captain Chihiro is sorry. Yeah. Oh. The chest hug. Everything is better now.
I think Ichikawa, you need to apologize to her at some point. You might get a hug like that.
Okay, this is cool. Getting to see. Yeah.
Gonna try and dip out of this without finishing breakfast?
What are they talking about? Yeah, right.
Right.
Well, you can say that. You can literally say that. You think you can say that? Don't lie to yourself.
Fools in love.
浮かれるな。心の底でバカにしてるんだ。最後に傷つくのは自分。
If that's the main wall, that makes sense. But it's also a very easy one to break.
誰かを待っているのか？ま、僕には関係ないな。
Yeah.
おはよう。危ない。自転車なかったら見逃すところだった。これ。
Yes!
って言ったじゃん。お、いらない？本気で言ってたのか。
Right. See?
今日早退だから図書室行けないんだ。
Ah, she's got to shoot or something. Okay.
めちゃめちゃ面白いんだよ。主人公がけなげでさ、途中で親友が死んじゃって。
Ah!
No!
Don't spoil!
今重大なネタバレしなかった？
A couple things potentially huge.
あ、いや、それは三角に。
Ah, now she's saying
Tell
when
you
it
exactly
happens!
when.
Yeah.
There were only 3 volumes you gave him also. So that's like...
あれ？いいの？何か？
What?
いや、校門で誰かを待って。
I was waiting for you.
そう。じゃあ。
Oh. Oh. I think that's the first time that she's like been hit with like the rejection thing from her perspective. Like,
お、今日は座ってる。今日は早退だろ。ちょっとやってみた。
yeah, I wanted to see you before I left.
君奥じゃない。漫画は家で読むはず。
Right. I get that. Ah!
ごめん。あの。あれ？
Yeah. What am I doing? What am I doing? Abort!
Emergency!
明日は学校来る？行く。図書室も行く。絶対。
Bro! The music!
僕は。
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
It was possible.
Immediately.
Has all 3 volumes read by the next day.
Nope, not like that. We now know.
Uh-huh.
こうか。
That's gross. I'm sorry. Don't get crumbs in your manga. There's
you
something
do-
sacred about
And if
books.
you do, blow them out.
No! Just eat and then read.
昨日は集中できなかったんだ。早く読まないとネタバレするよ。
You already did.
だいぶ
Yeah.
バレたろ。
Bro, Adachi's gonna tell you what's going on if you don't
Right.
pick up on it. He's trying to go.
市川、
Yep. What is going on?
おめえは何普通に山田と喋ってんだよ。
これはついにいじめが。
No.
だって
Yeah.
好きなやついんのか。
Yeah.
つうか好きなやつどころか彼氏いるかもしれない。
No, don't.
Well, she's...
No, but I know, but
She's-
don't share that info with him.
Oh, sure.
いないということは知ってるが。
Uh-huh.
まあいいや。俺がこんなこと聞いたの誰にも言うなよ。
Classic.
好きなんだからしょうがなくね。
そうだ。
Whoa.
やべえ。恥ずかしい。これが恥ずかしいんだけどな。山田で抜けなくなったんだよ。
聞くんじゃなかった。
Oh my god. Oh my god.
そうなのか。ということは僕の好きは好きじゃない。性的な目で見ているだけ。
おい聞いてる？
どこが好きとかあ
This is so out of pocket and
Oh
wild
my
right now.
god.
あとスタイルもえぐいしな。
るの？どっちにしろ見た目か。
胸もいいけど足だろ。スラッとしてるんだけど太ももは肉付きよくて他のやつには言うなよ。
No problem.
I
Yep,
won't tell anyone a thing.
この不快感。自分だって散々エロい目で見てる。
You've jerked it to her.
Yeah. Well, he specifically said that. Does this mean I don't like her because
Well,
he still
I know,
can?
but there was literally a part a few episodes ago where he
Yeah.
like
That took longer than I
relieved himself.
expected. Yeah. Oh, because this is his desk.
じゃねえんだよ。結局僕だって エロい目で見
Oh. What?
どうしよ
What?
Oh. Oh no. Right.
Yeah. That I loved that.
う当たり前のことなのになぜ今更張り紙
Well,
に
take a
誰も飲
guess.
食なんてしない
No one else eats
いや
here.
いやいやいや今のところ知ってるのは小林関根吉田
That was the whole incident, you know?
図書院の先生に聞いてみよう張り紙の経緯を
You specifically asking about that?
Right.
Sign?
This
Okay.
is so funny. I love when kids think they're being clever and sneaky, and they're like,
袋が捨ててあったって
right.
それが
Yeah.
でもおかしいって私本当に図書室のゴミ箱になんか当たり前のことなのに変だなってこれが床に落ちていたの
Wow. Yep.
当たり前のことでも書かなくちゃわからない子もいる
That's true. Yep.
It's almost like
That's
it's
very
related to
true.
言え
something.
ないのか
That's when we get that face.
ひょっとして
Oh, man.
今日って最後なのか山田が図書室来るの
You think that's the reason why she's been coming here now at this point?
いやだからなんだって言うんだ
It's cool. He's confident enough now to read this book in front of her and doesn't even realize it.
話してるだけで
Yeah. She.
Viva la
Oh
revolution,
no,
bitch.
no. And now she's being smarter, and she's eating things without wrappers.
Yep.
もともとリスク背負って食べて
I need the risks.
かっこよく言う
Yeah.
さっきの先生が見つかったらそれこそそれでも 僕は
Wait. Is he gonna. Hold on.
こんなにも
Hand holding.
好きだ
And then the other hand is covering
Yeah, exactly,
the chocolates.
exactly.
Yeah.
さすがにキモかったかごめんだって募集どころか出禁になるかとあっち行ってよ
Let no chocolate go to waste.
Yeah. She doesn't want him to see.
Wait, you still have my chocolates.
今後お菓子は控えた方がいいと思う
I wouldn't want you to get in trouble.
これでいいんだ
Is this a
終わりだ
is this gonna be a miscommunication of
何もかもが
Oh no, he's just self-sabotaging. He's like, the fact that he did that scares him. And he's
Right.
like, okay.
宿題やろうかと思って
she's not snacking?
But she's still here.
Well, of course she's still here.
お菓子はちゃんと控えることにしたよ
Oh, third.
分の2にやっぱり山田は何も変わらない
Oh, you think the
Interesting.
chocolate's what's melting here, you
Interesting.
stupid little shit. You
Huh.
think the chocolate's what's melting here? You. Okay.
All right.
This episode was hilarious.
Yep.
This episode was so funny.
Fantastic.
But he grabbed her hand and
Yeah.
it was decisive.
I thought for a
forceful
second-
and direct.
I thought for a second it was going to be
awesome.
something where she was like actively like putting the hand to her mouth, and so he wouldn't be able to do that, and so he'd like just kiss her or something. But no, that would have been definitely too much.
A bit extreme.
bit extreme.
We're still,
Yeah.
operating in
we're
the
still
kids'
13.
territory here,
Yeah.
where they don't have the confidence to talk about their feelings in the slightest bit. you know?
Right. Well, I don't know. Adachi's pretty confident talking about his feelings,
I mean,
both in the noun and verb sense.
right. The I just stopped.
Right. Like not the like when did the attraction start? He's like, no, obviously I've been attracted to her since the first moment I saw her. But as far as when I thought I liked her, like that's the this is kind of a crisis, man. I think I like her. I haven't been able to jerk off to her.
Oh my god.
I think it's serious.
Oh my god. It's like it's so funny to think of like we should just get this out of the way in the discussion first here. Like there comes a point when you start masturbating and you're like, okay, cool. All right, this is happening. All right. But, you know, your head's going to choose material, you know, like
Sure, yeah.
You can't help but
The imagination only goes so far.
Oh, the imagination can do. Oh no, the imagination has no limits.
The imagination can do a whole lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say I reject that notion entirely. The imagination can put you into another world, you know.
No, but like, okay.
Are you talking about skeletal frameworks for like, you know, the imagination to springboard off of?
Well, okay, so
Or are you like, my
you're-
wanks can only be so weird, like I can only get excited by, you know.
if theoretically you're in a situation where you're like, okay, you're not sure if you feel comfortable.
Which, by the way, I'm
jerking it to a
sorry
specific person.
if we're
Yeah,
going to be
right.
uncomfortable here. We'll end this
Headphones and all that
conversation
stuff.
pretty soon here.
But then you start to think, okay, is it possible for me to, hear me out, completely create a fictional person in my head
Yes, easily.
that doesn't have any kind of similarities or resemblances, so that, but like with high fidelity in your head?
Easily. Bro.
Okay.
Bro.
Vague concept,
No,
sure.
no. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. You know that we love reading fiction, right?
Yes.
And
Okay.
thus,
All right, no. Good. Point taken. Yeah.
You don't need visuals when
No,
you're
yeah, you
reading
don't.
the words
No,
to
yeah,
then
that's
get
the point.
aroused and excited, right?
No, that's
Your
true.
mind fills in the blanks.
But it's less work if you don't have to imagine. But
No,
yes.
you're right.
Yeah.
But if your imagination is something that you've worked on and
No,
you know
no,
how
that-
to
no,
use,
that is a
you
great
can
point.
put yourself wherever
Yes.
you want with anything you want.
If you are actively presently attracted to a specific person,
yes.
it can get more difficult.
Oh, I would say it's almost
One might
impossible
say
at that
it can
point.
definitely get harder.
Yes.
It can get really hard.
Really hard. And that's a
You know.
good point to end this
Yeah.
discussion point here.
Right.
Because when you do like somebody, they do encompass a lot of your thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
And so the idea that, they're thinking, I can't do this now because they're occupying my thoughts in a different way. That's really fun because then Ichikawa can look at this from a standpoint of, wait, so I do like her then.
Right.
Because she occupies my thoughts in a, sexual attraction kind of way, in a fantasy kind of way.
Yep.
Also in the actions that I take kind of way. And I saw in this episode, like, Ichikawa make a decision that was very much out of character for him.
Oh, yeah.
Because he doesn't want to see her put into a situation where she'll suffer or be, at the very least, dealing with the consequences of her own actions.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, bro, you're looking out for her. You care about her.
Yep.
You like her. It's clear as day. But yeah, you're also not liking the way this is making you kind of like freak out and adjust and do all this crazy stuff. So yeah, you trying to break it off and, end things in this way. That's real cute, buddy. But we can't help who we like.
Right. And this
Yeah.
is where semi-springboarding off of the previous conversation
No,
topic, but
no.
but not actually. No,
Okay.
this is an actual serious thing.
Okay.
I have a big personal frustration with the way that sex is generally talked about and handled societally, because it's either something that is built up too much, or in the
in your
don't touch
experience,
on
yeah.
it at all, right?
Yeah. In your experience, that makes sense.
Right. And so I feel like we have that situation here in the show, right? With why am I forgetting the kid's name? Adachi.
Yeah.
Right. The perv kid, basically, grappling with whatever he's grappling with right now and the way that he's grappling with it. But then it's something where,
grapple.
yeah, exactly. But then when he brings this up to Ichikawa, it actually throws Ichikawa off because he doesn't actually know how to address the physical side of the feelings as well as the emotional side of the feelings. And the emotional side of the feelings, we fully, yes.
We understand he can't handle those.
He can't handle those. And yes, he's 13 and all that stuff, and so this is the first time he's experiencing something like this, so he's completely in unfamiliar territory.
Right.
But it's just one of those things where when I see stuff like that, it makes me that little bit sad in the that there could be so much consternation brought about by just a conversation with someone else who's also trying to figure this thing out. Right.
Well, yeah, because you're in your own head, and a lot of people just need to talk about this kind of stuff.
Right.
But the fact that they're actually talking about it is something that made it actually capable of him then grappling with the, I do like her later.
Yep.
So in a lot of ways, Adachi helped him by just sharing his own thoughts and feelings about this.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. I really love also just the, she's like, nah, fuck that. I'm just going to eat snacks. I'm just going to do this. I don't care. Like, I'm just going to, do what I want. And so, yeah, you're just going to have to deal with the fact that she wants to be around you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, do you want to talk about the first half of the episode too? Like,
right. She goes after what she wants, even if it's not something that other people understand. Mm-hmm. Whether that's waiting for you outside of school, whether that's, whatever the whole freak out was about the, we missed the train, right? Whether it's the, I feel like I messed up and screwed things up for him, or there's something else that's tied to a specific backstory thing that we're going to learn about later. But
so we can extrapolate a little bit from this. Mm-hmm. The one time that she freaked out before this in the show was when she had the basketball hit her nose.
Right.
And she really freaked out because it was going to affect her job.
Yep.
The modeling setup there. Now, we heard from her, so secondhand information, that they said this kind of stuff happens and it's okay.
Right.
But she was a wreck.
She was distraught.
Panicking.
Yeah.
And so, in my opinion, what it is that she is terrified of her ineptitude in things causing problems for other people and thus potentially having some way in which it comes back to her. It can be either rejection, it can be, anger, it can be, violence, or just, intense acts of just whatever, retaliation.
Her inadvertently getting people to do things for her because of whatever, her being physically clumsy, and then, she gets smacked in the nose, and now that messes things up for other people. Or she doesn't let other people know that he's going to the bathroom, or I'm waiting behind for him, or I don't keep an eye on when the train is actually leaving.
So I think what we can extrapolate from that is that she's a little bit wary maybe about the way other people think, feel, or relate to her.
I think that makes sense, because
and that's a very easy one to suppose, but I think that there's some other things that we've gotten hints about throughout the show thus far that show that she kind of does feel deeply about the way in which other people treat her.
Right.
And
like the whole thing with
the very beginning.
The school presentation.
The school projects. Yeah,
it's the she gets a lot of positive reinforcement in very specific areas of her life. Mm-hmm. And so, that's something that she's probably very used to. Mm-hmm. And then there are other areas where she really doesn't get positive reinforcement, hence it being a big deal if it's like, you got one of my jokes.
Or
cool.
You chose me over the snacks,
Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
And so I could totally see that being a thing where then there's this imbalance that just keeps getting bigger, basically, where, I can't mess up because I have a very high standard for the amount of appreciation, basically, I get from other people. And so I don't want to disrupt that in any way.
Right.
But then also, I really would like to get some appreciation in these other areas that just get nothing, right?
Yeah, and I'd love for them to unpack that, because there's a lot of things that we're a bit nebulous on with regards to these suppositions. So getting some help in that regard would be nice, but I feel like this episode was a step in a direction, and we'll just have to see if the pattern keeps focusing, or if it's kind of we're now building the outlines of the picture without really showing the contents of it.
And I love that we also blew past the, protagonists self-sabotages because they don't believe that they're worthy of love and all these things. And, and so they're like, okay, they don't trust this. This is scary. I'm going to make it so that this is not a problem anymore. Yeah. And nope, sorry, that's not how it works. Because well, yeah, she's a bit of an airhead. And so the fact that you set this whole thing up, she just takes your words in a very literal way and is like, oh, yeah, well, one, I don't listen to people when they tell me not to have snacks here in general.
Right.
Because it's you, I am actually going to take that to heart. And so I'll cut back on how many snacks I have. But I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to have snacks here. You're stuck with me.
Yeah. I also loved her waiting outside the school to meet him. Because this felt very much like I don't know what the structure of the manga is or what have you, but this felt very much like here's a little like scene or half chapter or I don't know if this is a 4-coma or whatever.
I've heard that it's 12-page chapters.
That makes sense.
So it's more than a 4-coma, but less than normal chapters.
Right. So if this is something where it's she was following him throughout this bit here, and then at the end he kind of drops weren't you busy? You were waiting for someone at the gate. And she's like, bro, I was just handing you the manga, so you didn't clue in like how much I'm wanting to have shared interests to be able to talk about with you.
Build connection and all that.
Build connection. And it's like,
yep.
Later, and the whole like I'm walking backwards, like looking at you the whole way.
Yeah. It's very much a retreating kind of thing.
And then in the very next scene, like rushing over to see him one more time at the library before heading out.
Yep.
And like she's not just necessarily like wary about people's feelings or something like that. She's very much like double checking things with him to see like, if he's actually like reading. Imagine if he was already reading the stuff like at the library. That would be just the coolest thing ever. And
I would not be surprised if there was some part of her that also has the insecurities of does this person actually like hanging out with me, or do they just kind of put up with the things that I do that can be kind of pushy?
Right.
And so she's trying to do a lot of these different things to basically help him out. I'm guessing, one, she just cares about him, and so she wants to do that stuff. But then also as the, like, trying to make sure that the dynamic is balanced, Because, they sort of hang out at the library together, but for a long time, he would just sort of stand over by the books, right? Like, with the whole coat thing from the previous episode. Yeah, I'll go get it. Right. Don't you worry. I'm not going to, ask you to like buy me the cone that I wanted, when I don't have my wallet, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm very excited that both the moment by the class the school entrance and the snack thing, as far as rejections that he was trying to give goes,
both got kind of
handled
in the same episode. Yeah.
Now I do think there's a possibility that she tones things down a little bit.
Sure.
Maybe just out of a protection kind of thing, but.
Well, and that's where I feel like the him grabbing the chocolate is so important, because it's him actively doing something right. So
consistent with the way that he's interacted with her before. Exactly. Like, I'm going to look out for you.
Right. And so that will be that bit of reassurance from her. Since he's so withdrawn, it would be very easy for there to just be actually no signals that he's giving her. Right.
Or reassurance for her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
That like, hey, this thing that we have going on is okay. Right.
Yes.
Like, you don't have to worry about it. Right. You're not being pushy, or you are, but he doesn't mind. Right. That kind of thing.
Well, you also are kind of inviting him to be also that own kind of pushy a little bit as well, because there's, not a shame thing side of it here, but there's very much a, hey, we're partners in crime. Like we're both having our own little quiet revolt here together. And
that was you that threw away because it was you that threw away the bag, right?
I cannot believe that little end credit scene. Just like
that was wild. I'm very curious.
Oh my gosh!
I'm more surprised by the fact that he admitted that he didn't throw it away.
I don't think he's genuinely that good at lying when she triple presses him.
Yeah, right, because he gets all flustered and he's like,
and he
you're
can't
pretty.
think.
Yeah.
So he just ends up like, because I think what's good about him, and as like an interesting character thing, is I don't think he really lies too much. Because he tells the truth in his head.
Sure.
And thus what it is he lets out his actual thoughts there.
Right, with his
But he keeps basically like a big wall up to be like, this is all truthful, but it's not it's not the full picture.
Yeah, I must conceal the truth from other people because I'm so dark.
Yes.
And,
And dangerous,
I'm better than everyone else, right? And so all of these things. But then as a result of that, when he does actually hold someone in high regard, he can't actively lie because, well, he's better than that. But also, there are things that he doesn't want to share. And so when he gets pressed, he'll either say nothing or deflect or something, or he'll actually just say what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. And I think that's part of it, is that he now like doubly knows that he likes her. Yeah. But also he's very attracted to her and very much enjoying being around her, but doesn't believe that she is genuinely doing this out of more than just kind of like setting up a potential inevitable prank.
Sure.
Which, I just want to throw this out there. We've gone through 6 episodes with no real drama. Yeah, I love that, but I would tell you that structurally we're due for a big miscommunication.
And we've had some this episode. We got some this episode.
Well,
but not like
not really.
Not
big really.
ones.
No, I'm thinking like the kind of thing where he's got kind of his own potential ammo. That if something happens that makes it seem like she's kind of pulling over on him, then he's going to be like, jab back.
Right.
He pulls out the knife basically, and
he is so into the like self-sabotaging. This is scary that he will make his own ammo if he has to.
Right.
But he hasn't really been given ammo.
No. But I think he actually has. I think he's been storing the potential, like, she's doing these things in the library. She's like a super ditzy, like, I don't know. I don't think he's willing or capable of doing any of this stuff, but I want to throw out the possibility of because he sees her stuff as being like a form of teasing or mocking him.
Right. Even her sitting on his desk might have been something of like the...
Like he knows her
running into his space kind of a thing.
Right. I don't think he thinks that he's getting bullied, but I think it's he knows enough about her personality and psychology that he could like emotionally destroy her with a few words.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think there's a possibility that happens, but I think the
you don't think this is the kind of show that would do that?
No,
because I feel like that could force a sundering to then come back with some. It's a bit cliche.
No, yeah.
But I think it's not cliche because of his faults. It's his flaws.
Right. It's a bit cliche. He is totally the type of person that could end up doing that. That being said, I think that the point of this story is about that whole side of him that very much would do that and did do that in his own head.
Right.
Is getting disarmed despite his best efforts.
True, but in order to destroy
it would make sense
it
would make sense for it to rear its ugly head at some point.
Right, and that's what I'm getting.
But I don't think that has to happen.
Okay, it doesn't have to happen anytime soon. But I think we're at that point where we've had.
I think we might be past it already. Is what I think. Like, and
maybe.
With the whole thing of like that, I think you need to lay off the snacks. Is him basically trying to like.
Go
get out.
Leave me alone at the library.
Yeah,
don't
like
come here anymore.
Right. He realizes that he likes her, and he's like, "Oh no, it shouldn't be this way. I'm gonna get
she's
hurt."
Just
all
like,
these things. And
that's
so
cool.
Goes in the opposite direction.
Everything in moderation, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And
right.
It's just like, damn it. Like,
right. Like I don't have anything to really do here. Right. Like it's all of the things that I'm trying to bring up are getting sort of brushed aside. You know.
Okay, well, I'll hold that still in the back of my mind because I feel like it's coming.
I could see that happening.
I feel like it's coming, but I
don't think it has to. And I think with how cutesy everything is with what's being set up, I feel like that is definitely a very legitimate option.
Yeah,
but I don't think they're going to take it.
Yeah, I do think though this was our first total moment of where, in the very beginning of the episode only, we got some of her perspective.
Yes, I think
And
so.
And
it didn't last that long.
No, it was just a tiny little gimmick thing. So
Yep.
maybe we'll get it later. Maybe that's just will continue to be the mystery as he falls more and more for her. He learns more and more about her, and thus we learn about her.
Right,
But we
and-
never get her omniscient, like an omniscient perspective on some of the stuff
Because
that's gone on with her.
because he's going to be doubting and second guessing and everything
All
that she
the
does
way to the end.
and trying to put it in the worst possible light in order to keep himself safe. So
as he does develop as a character, and
Right.
that's probably the
And he
part
is
that
very much doing
That's
that.
probably the part that I want to applaud here, because we're at 6 episodes into the
Yep.
show right now, and we've had a pretty good formula. But it's not just the formula. We are seeing him change.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
this is probably the part that's kind of what makes this show more than just the sitcom
right, cutesy
romance
stuff.
cutesy
Yeah.
kind of setup here, is that a lot of shows do this exact thing without the characters changing. Or they save the change for, like we're talking about, a more cliche, just sudden backstory thing.
The characters change, but the formula doesn't change, and so it's more like coins that are being put into a piggy bank so that then we can pay for the big moment later. That still kind of comes out of nowhere.
And I'm not really talking about that as much
Okay.
as I'm talking about no, our character is static. He's not changing. He's just going to have that moment where he does suddenly change without evidence because of a big demonstrative thing that happens. And instead, what we're seeing is the two of them falling for each other more and more and more as tiny little things happen over and over and over again that then are evidence of at least his change, because we don't know exactly where she's at in all
Yeah.
of her stuff.
It's harder to see her change.
It's hard
since
to
we don't know
see.
her as well.
Yeah, exactly. But we are then having, at this point in the story, it being fully acknowledged from both characters at the school and at home of like, you're changing,
And even-
something is going on with you.
Even to the point of himself being like, "Why did I say that? What's
Right,
going
and
on?"
And that's been happening with more and more frequency over time. So
Yeah.
it's
good stuff.
It's great stuff. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb,
I'm Jacob.
and we'll see you all next time.